Three cryptos to buy before the Bitcoin ETF goes live. If this sound interesting to you, come on, user. Let's get right into that. Hello, ni hao, konnichiwa, save, bonjour, namaste, and lastly, assalamu alaikum. Alright, this is Financial Literacy 101 right here. And in this channel, we talk about digital finance, talk about cryptocurrency, forex, make money online, and houses, and how you can make money through affordable, practical, achievable means online. Yes, that's what we do in this channel. And if this is your first time coming on this channel, giving you a round of applause and telling you welcome to this family. And if you're part of family already, perhaps just coming through again and watching this video, I'm giving you a thumbs up and telling you thank you for supporting us. Right? So before we get into this video, I'll please implore you not to forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share. Let YouTube know you're getting right and good content from this place. So let's get right into business. 3 cryptos you should definitely buy before the Bitcoin ETF goes live in 2024. So as we all know, I'm an advocate for the incoming bull run in year 2024, and I've always been telling you, asking people to ensure they buy. You understand? So at least in all of this, there are coins you definitely shouldn't miss out on. And please, a little alarm. This is just all on my own research, personal research, and some things that I've been able to see and analyze from the market. You understand? And somehow, I also tell people don't invest in markets with too much big capitalization, but I'm going to bend that rule for this one, and that is to let you know that you have to own some amount of money to be able to key into this kind of opportunity. That is, I'm talking, you should have enough money to be able to take out of the share in that particular project profit sharing whenever it comes in. So, all right, so we are going to be discussing these 3 crypto projects based on the ETF. You understand? So, and if you don't know what ETF is, I would advise you check out this video. It is a simple explanatory video which I have made to explain every basic thing to keep you guided and to make you understand what ETF means. You understand? So let's get right into this. And lastly, I also want to mention this is a very long thread, and it's not something I can definitely speak or talk about from my head because I wouldn't want to miss out some key points that I have actually written down or penned down. So sometimes I'll be checking out my screen to make reference to whatever I've written down, so as to ensure I'm not getting out of line and I'm not missing out some very important thing in this video. So what are the 3 crypto projects you should buy before the ETF launch? Yes, and I'm talking about the ETF. I'm talking about 3 cryptos you should buy before the ETF approval. Like ETF approval is a very thick catalyst for the next bull run. So before this kind of ETF approval comes in, catalyst like ETF approval, before you set into the market, which coins should you buy? Number 1 is Bitcoin. Number 2 is Ethereum. And number 3 is Litecoin. I'm just going to be talking about these 3, and there is a particular reason I'm talking about these 3, and I know you might be wondering. So just take your time and let me explain everything in this video. I'll be explaining them one by one. So Bitcoin. Number 1, Bitcoin is like the digital gold. You understand? The crypto world is like the basic coin which the crypto market is actually built on. You know, in the fiat world, we talk about national reserve and the likes, and they're all built on gold. So, but in this case, it is Bitcoin. The second one we're talking about is the Ethereum USD, right? The Ethereum, I just have to put the USD to understand that. That is what I'm discussing in the market. So, Ethereum powers the Web3 platform. If you don't know, you should know that today. It powers the Web3 platform, powers the Web3 ecosystem, and could scale with increased blockchain adoption. And this is coming from ETF as well, giving more investors chance to take hold of the market. So something that's moving the Web3 platform, you don't want to miss out on that, because that's a crazy thing. You should know and you understand. Like for an example, I'll make reference to NFT. You see, they're always based on Ethereum blockchain. So and this kind of thing, we will still see the occurrence of what happened last 2 years in the year 2024, and you should hold some FM, right? So the last one is Litecoin. Yes, and Litecoin is a foster sibling. The reason I'm picking Litecoin is because Litecoin is very similar. It's a foster sibling to Bitcoin. It has history, and you know what? It amplifies with the move of Bitcoin in the market. So those 3 are what you're going to be looking at, and I'm going to make a very comprehensive explanation right here in the next 5 minutes. The recent spike of Bitcoin above the 38,000 resistance line, talking about one that happened like 2 days or 3 days ago, has definitely brought in a fresh wave in the crypto market. And I know you understand, like even there was this tweet I was talking about on Twitter that there's a particular investor that was buying 500,000 worth of Bitcoin for like almost 1 week, and that was even one of the things that contributed to the spike we saw in the market. So but the spike has actually been bringing more and more people into the crypto market with the long awaited Bitcoin ETF. You understand? that is going to be potentially going live in 2024. There is a renewed optimism that awaits everything that's going to happen in the market. That is for the bull run. There's a renewed optimism. There's a new surge. There's a new, or let me say, a pump belief for the next crypto run. So, however, what we are discussing goes beyond just the ETF. Like with the next Bitcoin halving coming out or coming in the year 2024, you can't expect nothing less than a very increased rise or surge in the market price of Bitcoin. You understand? And if you don't understand what halving is like an event that happens few years, like within 2 to 5 years when it came to market. It is where the reward of miners, yes, those that mine the crypto coin, especially Bitcoin, are going to be reduced by half. Definitely making it more scarce in the market, reducing the total supply, and the higher the demand of a commodity, the higher the price. I hope you understand that. And if the total supply in circulation is reduced, definitely people will want more, and that is just one out of many analyses we are going to do this. Also, another thing that will determine or even add more to the contribution of the spike of Bitcoin in the market is macroeconomic factors. Some of these factors align to Bitcoin favor, because at the moment, like, interest rates in the market is painfully high. Yes, it is painfully high, but it is definitely going to decline according to analysis in the year 2024 or 2025. You understand? So lower rates combined with the Bitcoin ETF and halving could create a very perfect storm for the crypto market. So you are looking at the halving happening, you're looking at the lower rate of interest, and you're also looking at the bull run expectedly to happen in year 2024. So those three is definitely going to spike up the price of Bitcoin in the market. All of this analysis, you can definitely see that Bitcoin is like the top pick for any crypto, above any crypto, right? But we have to also acknowledge the fact that Bitcoin also has its own downsides. Yes, and we're going to be discussing that right away. So Bitcoin has its own downsides. Like, for an example, the network is slower and inefficient for payments. So and that is why most Web3 projects are even built on Ethereum, because the Bitcoin network is slower. Like, sometimes payments take up to an hour, transactions could take up to an hour to process. I'm not talking about transactions you send in proper transactions. Like, that's why you don't see plenty smart contracts being built on the Bitcoin network, because it actually takes more time. And so, having discussed about the downsides of Bitcoin, we should know that when adding exposure or balancing portfolios with some uncorrelated assets, Bitcoin should be the first token of choice. Even if you are looking at it right now, Bitcoin should be the first token of choice, unless something catastrophic happens, which I don't pray happens, because God, it's going to be so bad. Yeah. So now let's talk about Ethereum. After speaking about Bitcoin, the next one I'm talking about is Ethereum. Excuse me. So although Ethereum differs from Bitcoin, you understand, it has been an exceptional long-term investment nonetheless. Like, I was part of the people that knew Ethereum when it was less than $100. Then I even had some before I sold some. That's a long story though. But looking at it, Ethereum has been able to move in the year 2020 and the year 2021 just from 50 to 70, from 70 to 100, $100 to 500 to 1,000 to 1,500, and even in the bearish market, Ethereum was able to withstand the support line of nothing less than 1,500. You understand? And now you're looking at Ethereum in a $2,000 benchmark. I'm putting it that Ethereum should be able to make up to $5,000 in the year 2024 if it continues on this trend. So, as the second largest crypto by market capitalization, Ethereum dominates the smart contracts and the Web3 platform. I mentioned that earlier, and that is a very good factor to consider when trying to look at coins you shouldn't be joking with. It allows decentralized apps. It serves to run on network via the Ethereum virtual machine, the EVM. Also, that's another thing I would advise you go take your time to study why Ethereum is actually doing all of these things. It has its own virtual machine. In contrast to Bitcoin capabilities, Ethereum network and processing fee is very fast compared to Bitcoin. So that's even giving it some edge above Bitcoin, but it can go right beyond Bitcoin, you understand? So its capabilities are as well not limited, you understand? So, and it maximizes security. That's why most smart contracts, stable smart contracts, forward future looking smart contracts are built on Ethereum blockchain, you understand? And it also supports peer-to-peer payment. Just like you do on Binance, you have peer-to-peer. So Ethereum also supports peer-to-peer. As we speak, Ethereum supply has turned like very, 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 very crazy. It is going down, 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 and that has happened since the post merge, and also since the movement, like the migration from proof of stake to proof of work. You understand, on the mining system. So since the post merge and all of those have happened, the supply rate has been going down. I know the lesser the supply and the increase in demand, the higher the price of a commodity. So like most circulation and supply of Ethereum is now being removed from the market, and the bonds, like, talk about bonding in crypto market, the bonds of Ethereum is way more higher than that of Bitcoin. Like 1.75% of Ethereum is being bond out of the market circulation on a yearly basis. Annually, 1.75% are annually being bond out, and this is far below Bitcoin's inflation rate. Yes. And as well, just like Bitcoin, Ethereum also has its own downsides. It has its own bad sides, you understand? But I'm just going to talk one by one, and that is the fact that it has a lower market capitalization than Bitcoin. That's not too much of a bad side, right? Just as I mentioned, but it is one of the things to consider when looking at it. So when you're trying to compare and contrast between Ethereum and Bitcoin. So last time we are going to be discussing another list, or let me say in this matter is the list, is Litecoin, LTC USD. In the margin market. So this coin can also be seen as a smaller sibling to Bitcoin. That's why I'm bringing it to this particular discussion. I will explain what I mean by it being a smaller sibling to Bitcoin. One, the fact that it's a smaller sibling to Bitcoin also let us know that there's a higher risk for it, and as a higher reward. The higher the risk, the higher reward. As Bitcoin is one of the most established or well-established crypto projects, Bitcoin is essentially a faster Bitcoin fork with less fees and few tweaks. So most times that happens, it operates on the Bitcoin network, and it charges less fee for transaction, like for gas fee. And also Litecoin operates on a market capitalization of around 84 million Litecoin. You understand? So Bitcoin is 21 million and Litecoin is 84 million. If you look at other crypto projects, some of them are having like hundreds of billions total supply, which is going to take a long time before it phases out or before the halving is all being done. But with Litecoin having just 84 million, it's giving us a proper prospect to say that, okay, definitely this coin is going to also have so much prospect. So another thing we are going to consider is the fact that Bitcoin's correlation to Bitcoin movement in the market is very, very high. So with you having the assurance that, okay, definitely Bitcoin is going to rise in the year 2024, we can also say that, okay, it is safe to give Bitcoin also another factor or reason to say definitely is going to rise, because if you check out the Bitcoin market strength chart and that of Litecoin, it is almost the same. Like, I'm not talking about the impact, but I'm talking about the trend. They go almost in the same line. Whenever Bitcoin rises, within a day or two, you see Litecoin, or even in minutes or hours, you see Litecoin also doing the same. So with the correlation between Bitcoin being high, you should expect something high like that. So they move in both directions. And when Bitcoin crashes, you also see that Litecoin it's funny though, you see that Litecoin kind of also crash at the same moment. So even with more dramatically things or scenarios that has happened in year 2013, year 2017, and recent 2022 to 2023, that is enough validation for this claim. So with a smaller market capitalization of like $5.3 billion, we can also say that Litecoin is definitely going to be a very, very, very good eye for major investors when you're talking about the crypto market. So if Bitcoin indeed kicks off a new bull market in year 2024, we should know that Litecoin is positioned to do what? To follow. And like I always tell people, if you want to invest, look at the market capitalization between a particular range, like billions, millions, hundreds of millions, thousands, and 500,000 and the like. So if you can't afford enough money to get into the Bitcoin system, you should invest in Litecoin, because Litecoin is a follower of Bitcoin with lesser market capitalization, giving you enough room and enough space to have profit from it, because you can get more share from the market cap. So just like I've mentioned in every other one I've discussed before, Litecoin also has its own downside. Definitely. And what is the downside of Litecoin? That is the fact that it has lower user case compared to like Ethereum, Bitcoin, and some other coins. Like you barely see contracts built on Bitcoin, you barely see contracts built, like you barely see smart contracts, you barely see projects flying all around, or analysis, or let me see narrative flying around on Litecoin. So that's just one of the downside I can see about Litecoin. But apart from that, I would say it is also a good buy to go for in the year against the year 2024 for the crypto bull run. Now, please, I want you to understand that this is something based on my own research. For like 2 to 3 months I've been looking at all of these coins, and I came out to make this publication about them. It is not definitely the alpha or the only thing you should look out. You can make more of your own research. I always tell my students, do your own research. Always do your own research. So I've said that, I've said mine, and I don't expect you to take it as a financial advice. I'm not taking hold for you making any actions for it, but it is just something to put you in the right path of action, and to direct you to look at some things, some possibilities you might want to check out before making purchase of your coins to prepare for the next bull run. And I'm telling you, if you missed out the October window, you should definitely be buying now. So before you go out, please subscribe, like this video, and share. Let YouTube know you're getting proper content on this channel. Till I come your way next time, stay and play big.